Hello, YouTube. This is the first time I have ever been live, so I don't know if this is going to work or not, and I don't know if anybody's going to be here. And you know what? I don't care because I had decided that it was just time to get on here and do the damn thing. So that's what I'm doing today, is doing the damn thing. And since I started to decide to do the damn thing, lighting and everything else had become an issue trying to keep me from doing the thing. So, but yeah, so here I am anyway. And hopefully this goes well. And if not, then we just try again, right? What's the worst that could happen? You'll have to excuse me. I have not been on video in a very long time. And I have a few moments of a quiet house and a little bit of motivation and a lot of inspiration. And hopefully, I won't stumble over my words too much. And hopefully, I won't forget what I came here to talk about. As the title says, basically doing a test, first off, because I want to do a live this. I think I scheduled it for Saturday. You can see I'm a pro. I want to do a live and do a walkthrough of my new Oracle deck that I have been working on now for the past, oh goodness. Oh, if I went back and started with the pictures, and I can't see if anybody's popping online. I'm no good at this. I don't even know where the live chat or anything like that is. Maybe I could look over here. Not sure. But anyway, yeah, it's not showing me. Anyway, I'm just gonna wing it. Anyway, yeah, my new Oracle deck that I've just created. And like I said, this started, if I go back to when I first started doing the pictures, not knowing where they would go, just knowing they had a purpose. I really enjoyed taking the pictures. It's one of my hobbies, many hobbies. It's probably been about 2 years in the making, but a good this past full year, definitely, of conscious creating the deck. So I hope to do a walkthrough if all goes well on Saturday. I believe it was. Like I said, you have to check my channel because I definitely posted it there. Woo, wild hair. Like I said, I'm not a professional. But at any rate, this is a test to see if the live is working right, if my camera is working right, if I need to tweak anything or do anything different, if the lighting's good, if I got a good place to sit and all that good thing. But this, dear ones, is my Oracle deck. Like I said, the lighting in here is terrible. These are the backs. And this is actually the prototype that I have in my hand. And I was very nervous actually sending this off to have printed. I wasn't sure. Everything in the world that made me second guess everything came at me, self-doubt, all those things. And I was very nervous. The package came this past week, and I was nervous. It took a lot to just open the package up and look inside, because all the things of self-doubt that come with all the shadow work that surrounded creating this deck. Are the photographs, are they going to be good enough? Are they going to resonate? Is it what I envisioned in deck form? Will everything turn out? And every doubt came across. And as I opened the envelope for the prototype, when I got it, I opened it up, and the very first picture was just amazing, at least to me. It was like all the hard work just came about, and my fears kind of melted away. But then I was still, well, let's go on to the next one. Surely there's going to be something in here that need to be fixed. Something here is not going to be quite right. I'm going to have to sit it off. I'm going to have it edited. And lo and behold, every photograph came out just the way I wanted it to. And I was just amazed, and I'm just so excited to bring it into the world. This deck was birthed out of a real need to have a deck that I would have, that I could connect to where I call home. I live in the Tennessee mountains, back in a holler, literally in the Smoky Mountains, and here in the United States. And I could not find a deck that resonated with the images that made it feel like home. The images that spoke to my soul in nature, out in the town that I live in, the many towns everywhere that are similar to mine, actually. But I couldn't find one that I truly resonated with, that I opened up and then it felt like home to me. And it just struck me, I had actually a friend of mine, and many of you may follow her here on YouTube, Mags over at the Woodland Hag. She was doing a deck review, and I can't remember what deck review she was doing, but she spoke about this deck in such a way that moved me. And she said that it felt like home. And I own many decks, and they're lovely, and I resonate and I connect with them for different reasons, but not for that particular reason. And it was something that just stuck with me, that I couldn't shake, you know. And I had many photographs that I had took over time, and I've had many people speak about my photographs in ways that really touched them in some way, or moved them, or inspired them, and I've just always enjoyed it. And so I tell you, I believe it's a unique deck because of the very place that is inspired. The Appalachian Mountains are a unique place. They're full of tradition, heritage, folklore. It's just such an ancient place too. Things are a little different here. Time seems to move a little faster in the mountain, or a little slower in the mountains, and that's what I wanted to capture. And I do realize that not everybody's been here, and so how will that resonate with people who are not from here, or who have not visited where I'm from? And I believe the collection of images that I have here are done in such a way that anybody could resonate wherever they're from. I'm going to try to show you maybe a photograph here. And it's not just here. I've also included, the name of my deck is the Hollar Mountain Oracle deck. It begins with very basic meaning into a very broad meaning for me, but the very basic meaning is that I live in a holler, and I enjoy taking pictures of the mountain and the moon. That's what matters. Like, that's what touches my soul. I find that I'm taking photographs of mountains and moons more than anything. But as you can see here, we have the photograph of the moon at the in-between stage. And there are a few phases in this deck of the moon. It's not full of them. I think there's maybe 3 phases. Here's one. This is an old wood-burning stove that I took a picture of here. We have reflection, which I don't know how good these are going to show up on this web camera. Reflection is all about sitting. I find it very peaceful, and some people may not understand this, but I find it very peaceful. The statues that I have seen in the cemeteries, in the old cemeteries, and even the new ones, but some of the old cemeteries around here. This particular picture is not from here, but another place that I live, a part of the Appalachians, is down in Georgia. And this is actually a photograph of a little statue that sits by my daughter's grave. And when I visit this place, this is what I do. And I could just see my emotions reflected back when I stare at this statue, at its eyes, and so many emotions reflect back at me. So this is reflection. There are many different ones. This is, of course, you see the bridge, and even though the names are simple, they are also very deep. And this is an old settlement here in the Smoky Mountains from Cades Cove that was took. This one right here, and this is not a walkthrough, but this one is called Illusion, and this was actually taken downtown where I live. And like many downtowns, we have the old barber pole. The man that, the elderly man that, I shouldn't call him elderly, but I'm not, my etiquette's not great. So I'm sorry. That's just who I am. You'll get to know me. But the man that runs this place still does haircuts to this day, with the old chairs. And this old original barber pole is still out there. And this one's called Illusion. I'm not going to go into the deeper meanings right now, but I feel like these images can also not only resonate from where I'm from, but where everyone, you could probably most likely find these images anywhere. One of my favorites here is of the daisies, and I wish this was doing it justice. The lighting in here is awful. The white actually pops, and this is, of course, Friendship, but you can see the mountain back here. This is actually the mountain behind my house. And I'm not going to do a complete walkthrough here, like I said. This one resonates big time here for me, is about maturity. This is actually, and these, like I said, these images are so much more clear. I wish I had better lighting. But this is about maturity, about the cast iron pan that I own and I make my cornbread in, and I've had for many years. And anybody knows anything about the importance of a good seasoned iron skillet, as we call it around here, is that you leave it seasoned. You don't wash it. You can wipe it out, but it's seasoned over time. And to me, season resonated with the word maturity. That is something that you also grow into, making the perfect pan of cornbread, and having a seasoned pan, and the things that we go through in life that season us and mature us. And so I'll go into this even more deeper, but this particular iron skillet means a lot to me. I've had it for a very long time. There's a story behind it. Let's see here. We have the cow here, which I named Sacred. And there's also a story behind the sacred cow. You may be familiar with it. This is an old bathtub in a place they call Daisy Town, where I live at. Gosh, I wish my camera was better. It's actually a dirty old bathtub, but it's old. It's in a place called Daisy Town, which is an old tourist. I guess it's kind of like an old. And those of you that seen maybe Dirty Dancing, they had the places that they would go each summer and camp. And there's this single road with houses on both sides, and there were actually some of the wealthier people were able to go there and stay there. It's similar to that, but a little bit smaller scale here in the mountains. But you can walk through this place called Elkmont, and you can see Daisy Town. You can Google it. But there is the buildings are still there. They're starting to repair and restore them. But before that, you could walk through, and you still can walk through them. I'm glad I was able to capture a lot of the images while I could, because they're starting to restore them. So some of this old is going to be lost. And it's wonderful that they're restoring them so that other people can enjoy them for years to come. But at the same time, some of them, I don't know, some of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I don't know. I just think sometimes things are lost when they're fully restored, that, you can't get back the essence, I guess. But there's a lot of things still standing. There's some shower curtains that still hang. There are fireplaces. There are, like the one I showed you earlier, the old wood burning stove, cooktop stove. I think that's what you call it. I'm losing my words. Terrible. So out of practice on this. But, and like I said, the bathtub, there are still a couple of bathtubs inside these places. And this was back in the, oh gosh, I think it goes back to I want to say the 20s, but I may be wrong. I'm going to make some notes so that I can actually give you accurate information. I was not expecting to actually do this much when I came on today. I really just wanted to announce that, here's another good one. It's an old church out there in Cades Cove. And one of my other favorites is Web Choices. But at any rate, I'm going to hop off of here. I just wanted to, and I've been posting pictures on my Instagram. You can go there at Hollar Moon Mountain on Instagram. You can also go on Facebook at Hollar Moon Mountain. Hopefully I'll get better at talking about these things. And yeah, that's about it. So I will see you Saturday, and I'll be sure to update between now and then, make sure I'm good on my dates and times. Anyway, bye.